If you cannot pay attention for 10 minutes, then this YouTube channel is simply not for you. But if you can, welcome back, brother. My name is Yasha, and today we are going to talk about how to stop feeling stuck after you quit gaming. Because I know when I was addicted to computer, and then when I stopped gaming, I had that feeling that okay, I quit gaming, but now I had nothing to do. Okay, I had nothing to do the whole day. So I survived a few days without gaming, but then I kept going back to computer games, back to PlayStation, because I just couldn't survive without it. You know, I tried books, I tried going to the swimming pool, books. I tried to improve my social skills. I was doing self improvement, but still it didn't help me because I didn't have the same feeling of progress as I had with gaming, for example, okay? Especially with League of Legends. So today I want to show you a couple of tricks that I did in the past that I basically stopped thinking about gaming and started to focus on actually building my own life. So the first thought, I should say, was that life is literally a game. You constantly hear that saying that life is like a game and you are the player in your own life and you are playing your own game and so on and so on. Yes, but this is actually true, okay? Because the reason why you keep going back into the gaming is because you don't feel in real life the same progress as you felt in the games. For example, games, as you can see here on the screen, games gave you a clear direction and visible rewards, but life at first sight doesn't give you that. Okay, for example, with games, you immediately know what you have to do. You have to build some axe or some weapon from the wood, and then you have to go into the forest, hunt an animal, get the pelt, for example, okay, and then you have that as a protection. You have a little bit of bonus armor, then you go to hunt bigger animals, then you start building your shelter and things like that, okay. And when you are playing those games, or for example with League of Legends, you have a clear direction. You have to destroy the turrets, and then you destroy the nexus, and then you win the game. Okay, so by you winning the game by destroying the nexus, you clearly had a visible result. You got IP points, you know, those riot points, or how are they called, and then you got the blue essence, and then you could buy new champions. With new champions you were playing different champions, okay, and so on and so on and so on. You see what I'm saying? Like, you got visible rewards, but life at first sight doesn't give you that, okay, even though actually it gives you results as well, okay. So what I did in order to start rebuilding my life as a video game was actually yeah, live a life with visible results, okay. For example, what do you do is you write a simple to-do list, okay, with one or two simple goals, and then once you do those goals or once you achieve them, you start to upgrade them, okay. For example, very simple goals, or should I say very simple tasks that you can do right now, is either 10 push-ups, or go with the bicycle to the downtown, or start writing a gratitude journal. Basically very simple things that will not take you a lot of time, but are going to start to force you to keep doing them consistently, and then by doing so you will actually notice a visible result, okay. For example, for me, I started with gratitude journal and with the push-ups, okay. And right now I am still consistently writing my gratitude journal, and with push-ups I started with 5 push-ups, then I upgraded to 10 push-ups, then to 15, and now I can do 20, okay. And if you want, we can actually do right now 20 push-ups together, okay. Let's do it. Whew. Whew. Okay. Okay. 20 push-ups, done. You see? And then by doing so, you will see that you will go from 10 push-ups to 20 push-ups to 30, 40, 50, 60 to 100 push-ups at some point, okay? And this is the reward that life gives you, okay? You did something good for your body, you were not gaming, and then additionally, third benefit would be that you will be even better in that skill at some point, okay? Good. Now, how can you start treating life as a video game? You can start treating it by finding what is your what question and what is your why question. For example, think about yourself right now. What do you want in your life? Now you are thinking, for example, I want to improve myself. Okay, you want to improve yourself. Why do you want to improve yourself? Because you want money, you want girls, you want to live like Iman Gaji as a 1% man, you want to be like Andrew Tate, Hamza, and all of those. Sorry for that. But you want to be like all of those famous YouTubers, okay? And with my example, it was exactly the same. My motivation in life and my ultimate goal in life is to become a successful man. Now, how can I achieve the success? Is by self-improvement, okay? So I constantly want to improve myself, and by doing so, I also want to share my experience with other young men so that everyone can see that it's not that hard actually to start improving yourself. You just need to start. So how can you start and not rotating in this circle of not doing anything useful is by, as we discussed in the previous point, by doing small steps towards the goal. Okay, for example, if your goal is self-improvement, like it was with me, for example, then what you can do is literally start gratitude journaling, start doing, maybe go to the swimming pool, go to fitness, then doing push-ups, and so on and so on. You see, like, for example, with me, when I wanted to have a girlfriend so bad in the past, okay, I did exactly the same thing. I started with small steps, and then I got a girlfriend that I still have, and we are 4 years together, okay? So what did I do was, it was year 2022, and I started to like one girl. So I decided that I want to become as good as possible towards that girl, okay? So what did I do is, I started to go consistently to the swimming pool every single day. I started to do gratitude journaling every single day. I started to focus on my studies so that she could see, you know, that I have one burning motivation and one burning wish to achieve my goals, because at that time I was still in the university, so I had to study as well, okay? So those three things were basically my whole day: studying, swimming, and gratitude journal. And by doing so, I slowly started to improve myself. I got better back, better arms. Then my exams were passed. I could hang out with her because I had better body, I had higher confidence, so it was easier for me to talk with her. And then eventually we ended up being together, and we are now still together after 4 years, okay? So you start small, and then by starting small, you know, it's most important thing is to start. Once you start, then it goes easier, okay? But starting is the hardest part, okay? That's why you want to have this first step as a start as easy as possible, okay? That's why you have small goals at the beginning. Gratitude journal, which takes you literally 5 minutes, 10 push-ups, which take you literally 5 minutes, okay? And you upgrade on that as well, further and further and further, okay? Now, the most important thing, of course, is to not give up, okay? I know that this sounds a little bit like a cliche. You should never give up, keep going forward, keep pushing, you know? Yeah, like to some extent that's true, okay? Because not giving up will build resilience and discipline in your brain. For example, when you were gaming, okay, when you were playing League of Legends, did you give up with League of Legends? No. Once you lost a game, you were so angry that you went to another game and then another one and another one. So instead of playing one game per day, you were playing maybe 3 or 4 matches, okay? Because you lost the first match and then you wanted to have your first win of the day, but you didn't get it because you lost, okay? So then you wanted another game to play another match and another one and another one and another one. And after 10 losses in a row, you were still playing matches, okay? Because you had that burning motivation, like you had what question and why question in your brain, sorry. So that's why you wanted to keep moving forward, okay? And the same thing is with life as well. If you didn't give up in gaming, that means that you are not a quitter, okay? But you have to now change the environment from gaming to life itself. If you haven't stopped playing video games, then why would you stop right now with self-improvement? Or why would you stop right now with achieving your goals, okay? Because in my opinion, once you want something really bad, you will make sure that you will make it work, okay? For example, if we go back to gaming, you wanted the first win of the day with League of Legends so bad that you were prepared to play 10 matches in a row just to get the first win of the day. Or for example, with porn, you wanted so bad to masturbate and to watch porn that you were doing it literally everywhere when you went to holidays, on the toilet, while in the bed, okay, so that your parents don't see you. You see what I'm saying? Like, you proved yourself every single day, and you are still proving yourself that if you want something really bad, you will do absolutely everything to achieve it. So the same thing also applies to life, okay? If you really want to have a successful life, you will make sure that you will achieve it, okay? For example, right now you are struggling with like consistency in terms of not playing video games, but with building your own life, okay? So what can you do right now? Push-ups, gratitude journal, sport, hanging out with friends. Basically, find a way to not waste that much time on the video games if you don't like that. You know, it doesn't make sense to continue doing something that you don't want to do on the long term, okay? And by being disciplined and by not giving up, you will start to literally rebuild your brain in terms that we already discussed, okay? You will start to apply the gaming mentality of not giving up to life mentality of also not giving up, okay? So this has been a little bit of a overwhelming video. So what can you do right now is simply write simple goals, okay? Do 10 push-ups, start writing gratitude journal with a literal pencil in a notebook, okay? And then maybe go also with a bicycle a little bit around the city so that you get some fresh air, okay? That's the simplest things. And then you start to upgrade on that, okay? Now we came to the end, but I want to also invite you to join my group, so to say, okay, join my gang and basically subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I told you, bro, my mission is to help young men with self-improvement and basically show you what I have done in the past that helped me, and I simply want to share and teach you the same experience or basically teach you what you can do as well in order to have a happy and fulfilling life like I have, okay? So subscribe and support me that way. Then do the hard work, brother, okay? And remember that your future self is always watching you, so take action today, okay? Take care, brother.